show you how to fix a dryer that the belt and the pulleys have gone really bad. The Whirlpool dryer, I can show you. Here's where you find the actual model. Okay, so it's a pretty old dryer I've had for a long time. You can see that my have broken the handle, broken something. So you know, all I've done since this is what controls the on and off switch right here. All I've done is put a little latch right there. Don't want to spend another $500 to buy a perfectly good dryer, and the new belt and the pulleys and stuff. It's just like $30 on Amazon. So yeah, we'll get to fixing it. And the first thing that you do is you disconnect the wire. Disconnect the wire. Make sure that you have the correct bolts, the belt and the pulleys from Amazon. I bought them from Amazon. Pretty cheap. $500 dryer now can be the elements, heater elements and stuff are working perfectly fine. It dries perfectly fine, but you can see, you can hear that weird. The pulleys are so loose and just rattling a lot, and the belt has gone bad. So I'm gonna change that. The way you start taking it apart is first take the top off, and that you do by apparently taking these screws off here. Okay, once you've done that, you disconnect it over there. You can just take a screwdriver and lock it up there. Pretty easy. Look at that. That sits up like that. And you can see the electrical thing right there. Electrical cord looks pretty good in shape. A little bit of dirt around here. You can vacuum clean that up. And here is your belt. That belt is a little bit of back shape. So start the dryer. There we go. This belt is basically breaking. So here's the main seal back here, and there are a couple of bolts right there. So you can take this front section off right there if you want to. Like little screws over here. There we go. So you can take the little screws off, take the whole connection off, so we can take this whole front section off. Alright. Pretty much it right there. Hey guys, so I took these two bolts off from the top here. There was one right here and one right here, which I showed you earlier. And I've opened up the dryer. Wow, it looks like I'm a pretty rich guy here. Got tons of stuff in here. There's a seal that hinges on here. It looks like the seal is pretty much okay. And then there's these little connector clips that need to be pressed in. So that one's kind of stuck right there. I think I need like a needle nose pliers or something just to push it in, or let me see if I can like bend it and grab it out. Then I'll have to straighten the flange right there, because I sort of bend it. Yeah, ooh, looks like there's a whole bunch of crap down here. Good to clean up. Years and years of dirt and a whole bunch of other crap that's fall under the seal right here. So alright, so let's do that. Then let me just figure out a way to take my needle nose pliers or something and see if I need to unhinge that. real quick. Alright, so a little bit of a word of caution. These edges are all like super sharp sheet metal right here. Really, really sharp. You gotta watch your wrists while taking all of this out, because definitely there's a, you can feel that it's not being chamfered off or a breakage or anything like that, so you definitely would have the chance to cut yourself on any of these edges. Alright, now I can see this drum is pretty much loose. I'll probably just cut this belt up and take the drum off. But before I do that, I'll probably see how you can see the pulleys down there. So, and this should be, oh, right here is the motor with the pulley. Just gonna take a picture of how this this is the belt tensioner, with the drum and the other pulley at the back there. So it's more like a roller, not pulley, sorry. So you have the rollers back there. I'm gonna take a picture of this real quick, and the other rollers back there, so that I can reinstall the roller. So this is basically like a roller in your car, like the tensioner in your car, the belt tensioner. Oop, there it goes. Alright. This drum very much free floating. There we go. That's what we have back there. Alright, so this pulley looks like these guys are pretty much destroyed right here. Figure out how to take those off. We're gonna take this off. Yes. There's a bolt in the back, and this is basically the whole dryer assembly. It's just the motor, which is pretty much dirty. We'll have to vacuum clean that, and then this guy was sitting here. What was sitting here? I'm gonna go back and look at the picture. So this is just pretty much sitting there like that. And the pulley right here. Hey guys, just a thought. There's so much things to cause fires over here. It's like paper, all kinds of stuff. Blockage of all the vents here. I'm just vacuum cleaning and cleaning. There's so much crap like on the motor. Just, you know, everything behind there. I don't know that stuff. Just food and all kinds of stuff. I would, if I were you, spend some. It's just like a fire hazard right here. I mean, who knows what can happen, but I would spend some time like cleaning out all this dirt, depending on how old this is, and definitely do a good job to prevent any future fires, since everything's open up right now. The main reason that I'm changing this whole thing is because this thing is totally broken. You can see that the whole roller is like come off. It's the little piece there, and this whole thing is broken off. Now the way you take this thing off is you just take up the bolt there and then release this little I guess a little clip right there. Same thing with this. Take this off right here. Where's my screwdriver? And just insert a screwdriver in there. Pull that out like that. Pretty simple. And pull out the roller. So that's what it looks like. A little bit nasty. Got like a whole bunch of hair and crap stuck in there. So we'll just replace this little plastic clip right there and clean that out, and then go from there. I think there should be another. There you go. I don't even know how stuff got back here. Look at it. Gross. Yucky. I need to clean that out. Same thing with this. Remove this piece. Remove the clip out. That little clip right there, and you should be pretty much good to go. And then I'll, just be a reverse installation. I cleaned down this whole place. I'm gonna clean down that a little bit. Like, it looks like some mice have been like running around inside here. And then I cleaned up all of that and all the mess. So it's a little bit better than it used to be. But yep. Let me remove all of this and put it back together. Alright, so I just opened the new kit. Here's the new belt. Here's the new like extension pulley with the roller. Here are the new rollers. Here's the old roller, totally destroyed and broken. So those two new rollers look pretty much brand new for 28 bucks. I mean, it's pretty worth it. And this is the other one. So definitely kind of put a little grease inside there and put the pulleys back. It comes with the new clips and new pieces over here, so this is good. Other than that, yeah. So let me I cleaned those down. Let me put some new grease. I can take that little piece off right there, the little clip, retention clip, I guess, right there, and then should be pretty much straightforward now. Here's some high temperature automotive grease, red grease, which I'm going to basically take a little and put it on here. There you go. Just a little bit like that. And these bad boys right here. So that thing just spins nicely, makes it easier. Don't see the harm in having some grease right there. There we go. Automotive grease. So that's been installed. That's been put back. And I installed this and adjusted the height. So this is gonna be sitting like that. Right there. This is the new one. Nice and spinny. And yeah, now I'm gonna put the drum back with the belt. Okay. So basically I'm gonna show you how you do this. It's installed there. Remember, this little clip goes inside there and then down. So it basically tensions it that way. You loop this inside like that, pull this inside, so basically this creates a tension like that, and it goes around the drum. So let's see how this goes. Again, I think I'm just gonna try it this way because I'm just gonna open it this way and install the drum inside. Drum, the seal goes in the back there, aligns with the seal back here. This has already a seal on the door, so you don't have to do anything. This will align with that and seal itself. Just clean some of the fuzz. I cleaned out the fuzz and the dirt on the seal. Pick it up like that, and yeah, slowly align it there. So there. So you want to, what I'm going to do is use both my hands and wrap that belt around the drum while I'm putting it in. Alright, so I finally got the belt on the pulley there. So you have the tensioner right there, and then you have the pulley. I managed to squeeze the tensioner back. I'll probably squeeze. Oh, there we go. But I was able to pull this tensioner back and then pull it back somewhere here. It's a bit of a fight now, it's on there, but I'm gonna like bend this a little bit, push it back, and then now when I got it on there, pulled it back, and then it's on the groove right there. So I'm looking at this right now. I'm turning the drum. Looks like where it needs, exactly where it needs to be, which is good. So yep, I will make sure all the seals are aligned. Aligned right there. That's what it looks like now. Let me take a picture of that. And all the seals internally are aligning correctly, and I'll put the front back on here. So it's just a little bit sagging right now. I let it go, and I'm gonna put everything back. Alright, so here's the trial. I'm gonna seems like it's working okay. Looks like everything's sealing up back there. Holding a little switch down here. I need to take a look at the pulley at the bottom to see if that's working properly. Other than that, I'll take a look and see how it goes. It should have aligned itself with the front there. In the inner seal on the out, you have the posterior seal and the front seal right here. So everything should have aligned itself correctly. I don't know, seems like it's working fine. But let me still take a look at that pulley, the way the pulley was aligned in there at the bottom. Alright, so I'm right. I don't like the way that pulley is sitting on there. It looks like it's cutting into the. Looks like it's cutting into. It looks like it moved. It's cutting into the tensioner. I don't like that. I'm gonna take this thing apart and reinstall that pulley right there. I don't like the way it's sitting, and I don't like the way it's riding against that right there. Doesn't look correct to me. So let me check that. So I installed the old tensioner, and I like the way that's sitting right there. For some reason, the new tensioner was riding up right against that pulley and just like grinding down the pulley and stuff, and the belt. So I changed it back to the old one, and now you can see that it's actually away from it, and when this whole drum is tensioned up there with the correct boundary conditions, that tensioner looks to be in the correct location. I don't know why the other one was giving me so much hassle. I don't really care. I'm happy with that right there. I don't want it to like grind the whole belt off and stuff. So, and I turned the whole assembly, and you can see it's doing exactly what I want it to do. So that's good right there for me. Alright, so one more thing before I put this thing together. Those little bottom clips didn't really come together properly on the ends there, so I put 2 roofing sheet metal screws right there to hold it on both sides, and then, you know, it just brought the whole thing together nicely. That little clip just got old and broke, and so there. So I have jerry-rigged the handle, the latch over there, and now I put 2 sheet metal screws at the bottom there, and basically pretty much put the new belt over here. The whole thing turns nicely. The seal back there is nice and aligned, so just check all of that. Other than that, again, I told you what I did at the bottom, rechanged that, did everything. So basically this 5-wire is maybe reduced in value a little bit, but it's valuable to me, and there you go. Just put everything back together, and voila, it works. All's good. Alright, so I cut this little hole because I don't really care that much about this dryer, because I wanted to see what it really looks like while the thing is running, because I was worried about the 2 pulleys. And so I'm gonna head right here. It looks like the 2 pulleys are separate from each other, and it's running good. So the pulley is running on the very close to the drum, and it's separate, so it's not rubbing on each other. And that's a little hole. I cut a little hole here, like a borescope hole. I'll find a little plug for it and plug it up. But I cut it in a location where, you know, it won't be really a big problem. Plus, it's running really quiet and nicely, and yeah, I'm fine with that. I think the drum is there's something on the drum that's making that weird sound.